Fairly Odd Parents Meeting Bunsen is a Beast is the first Nicktoons crossover in 11 years. The last one was the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, which I think most people will remember and enjoy. But is this new Nicktoons crossover actually good, or is it just a cheap cash grab to promote Bunsen is a Beast? Grab a nice comfy seat and listen in as I do a quick review of the episode. The plot involves Bunsen and Cosmo's friendiversary, which is basically just a celebration of their friendship. Bunsen takes Mikey to meet Cosmo and friends in Dimsdale, and they take a portal to the Fairly Odd Parents universe. However, Amanda secretly follows them and then teams up with Mr. Crocker to take down Bunsen and Timmy's fairy godparents. Right off the bat, there's a few things to question about the plot of the episode. How did Bunsen and Cosmo even become friends if they live in different universes? And how did Bunsen get all these portals in the basement of his house? Well, that's mentioned in the episode, and Amanda says it quite clearly.
Okay, I see what's going on here. Monroe and Bunsen pulled the old interdimensional portal thing. Talk about a cliche.
So there are some questions with this episode, but it's dumb to break it all down and blame the show for that. I mean, it's just a fun little crossover between two shows, so you shouldn't have a huge backstory on how Cosmo and Bunsen know each other. Anyway, from watching a few parts of the episode, you'll come to two huge realizations. Number one, the characters in the Fairly Odd Parents are animated in Flash. I'm pretty sure this happened for cheaper animation, so we can't really do anything about it. Don't get me wrong, it looks pretty bad compared to the old style, but you'll get used to it eventually. And the second thing you'll realize about this crossover is that Chloe and Poof are nowhere to be seen. That's right, this episode only has the classic Fairly Odd Parents characters of Timmy, Cosmo, and Wanda. In that aspect, it almost feels like an older episode of the show, automatically making it 100 times better. The jokes in this crossover are, for the most part, better than I expected. The characters in the Bunsen universe weren't the best, but there were still some funny one-liners. Although I feel like the Fairly Odd Parents characters were funnier than typical modern episodes. There was a part where Timmy's dad didn't want to go with his wife because of something called Feelings Friday, where he talks with her about how they love each other. This was a decently funny part of the episode, and it isn't like some of the cringe humor we see in modern Fairly Odd Parents. There were some other good jokes in the episode, but I don't want to spoil them in case you decide to watch. So what about the story of this episode? Well, you can't really expect a whole lot. It's two Nicktoons combining, and there doesn't have to be a huge explanation on how they met. Crocker teaming up with Amanda is sorta cliche, but it's hard to expect anything else. The Fairly Odd Parents and Bunsen gang try to avoid Crocker and Amanda, but it always turns out exactly how you'd imagine. I would say don't rely too much on the story of the episode, because the main focus is these two character universes meeting up and interacting with each other. Now you might be wondering how this crossover compares to the Jimmy Timmy Power Hours. It's pretty bad when you compare it to them, but that's only because those were in the form of TV movies and they had a lot more room with story. In the end, I would say this Bunsen Fairly Odd Parents crossover is definitely worth a watch. The absence of Chloe and additional characters makes it so much better. There's some funny jokes, a relatively entertaining story, and it's overall just a decent way to spend 22 minutes. Don't go in expecting it to be nearly as good as the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour though. Anyway, that's all for this video. Be sure to subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.